Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of Slay the Spire, and today we're going to be playing as the Silent on modifiers that seem very familiar to us, Brewmaster and Hoarder. Now you might think that I'm purposely picking dailies that have these two particular modifiers. I assure you I'm not. It's just some very freaky coincidence that I just keep picking these exact days where these two things show up, but also feel like the frequency of them has been very high in the past 2 weeks or so. We also have binary, which is an interesting twist on things, but I think it's just gonna make it harder for us to replace the myriad of potions we're gonna have throughout the run. So with all of that said, let's just slay the spire. Let's try our best. It shouldn't be that hard of a daily, just because I feel like potions in general tend to be pretty good. But of course we want those mind blasts, we want cards that kind of stack well with each other. At least we're playing as the Silent, which I feel like is a perfect class for potions. For some reason the Silent Assassins potions just kind of fit well together in my head. So okay. Where do we go? What do we do? So we want to maximize our score, we want to go to as many leads as possible. This is something I've learned, and we can actually fight 3 on this particular run. If I want to do that, maybe I want to hit the shop first just to scout it out, just to see if there's anything good in there. And alchemizes, man, this is just... oh boy, right? we shouldn't be afraid of using our potions. This is something I've done in the past. I should have definitely just defended there. I mean, I have an energy potion. There's no reason not to use it, I suppose. Okay, well, this is gonna be a fun one, isn't it? The only thing I'm kind of concerned about, or at least one thing I wish they would change, is that the strikes would also get duplicated. Not duplicated, but tripled, essentially, right? I feel like that would make it just a little bit more bearable. Bullet time to make this green should be fine, I suppose. I'm not sure. Setup bullet time. Fine, let's go bullet time. We can... okay. You can see I'm already doubting my strategies, even though there essentially are no strategies in this run. Another Thorns, no reason to use it, I suppose, at this point. I'm gonna use it when he's actually attacking me. That feels sensible to me. 2 blocks should be fine, right, for me to defend enough. Maybe even 1. And I don't want to take any unnecessary damage, so let's just let him hit us. It's not like we can even strike him or anything, because we had no attacks in our hands, so whatever. Fruit Juice is excellent. I think it's better than a Swift Potion, which just gives us some dexterity. Blur, I think, is gonna be good. Excuse me, game? Okay, so the entire game just decided to freeze for a little bit, but it's fine, we're back in business. I thought I froze as well for a second, but it's fine. Blur, I think having 3 Blurs in your deck is gonna be quite beneficial. Now, we don't want to add too many of these cards, but I think having some is gonna be okay, so I'm gonna take it. Bouncing Flask might be okay, well, light plans depends, right? I think this could be a potentially good card if we have something like the Mummified Hand, so it makes other things free, but for now I don't see a reason. Terror, maybe. I see the usefulness of Terror, of having 3 Terrors in our deck. Now I just don't want to start adding them willy-nilly, because we have so many alchemizers, so I feel like it's gonna be much harder to get to those portions. I think I'm gonna buy a Bouncing Flask. I feel like we need some poison, especially if we're gonna find a little bit of elites, and it just seems like a good card to me, I suppose. Upgrade the card might be good on something like a Neutralize, or maybe just a Bouncing Flask. Yeah, this is pretty decent. Random enemy 4 times. Let's do that. The only reason I'm even buying this at this point is just so I can fight elites, right? I hope that makes sense. Receive a relic but it conquers. I'll just take the max HP, thank you very much. And let's try to do our best. So, in this situation, Bouncing Flask just seems great to me. And it's good because passive poison is just gonna do some damage that we kinda won't be able to do right throughout the run. And the idea is that we can skip out on alchemizers that are in our hand, just because they are... well, not useless, but not as useful as maybe you would hope for them to be. I hope that makes sense. I think it makes sense, right? Especially in the early floors, I think having that poison damage is gonna be great. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe that's a wrong way of thinking about it, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. I got this handled. Maybe. Maybe I don't. Who knows, really? Who knows at this point? Okay, so I think the reason why it's lagging, this happens sometimes when Windows is doing its updates. and it just takes up all of the hard drive space, not space, but all of the hard drive bandwidth, which makes it much harder for the game to load its asset and such. So at some points it just hitches, man. Always blame the Windows updates. It's just what happens. I think any of these really fit what we're going for. I think I want a passive poison deck with a lot of block. At least this is the direction I'm actually going into at this point. We're definitely gonna just pop in on this turn because Bouncing Flask is pretty good to have. And a regen potion is something I'm gonna pop next floor. Next turn. Not next floor. Next turn probably. So after he hits us, obviously. Blur should be good. I think I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Another Defend might not be the worst of ideas. And a poison potion. I wanted to combine those words there. Potion. Makes sense, right? But poison potion. that should be fine as well. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna go max defense here. The poison is sticking, so we don't have to worry about it. We just need to minimize the damage it's gonna be dealing to us. It's not gonna be a perfect, obviously, but I still hope that at least we're gonna be able to do something. Another poison potion, I might save it for the next one. Depends on how it goes. This is still doing a bunch of damage, right? This is, I think, enough to kill him. This is 11 times 6, that's 66 damage. So if this ticks down to 0, it's just gonna kill him, so that's great. Because we're not really affected by strength, we don't even have to worry about it. We're gonna be at 18 and we can throw another Bouncing Flask on top of him, so that's great. So far the deck is doing what I wanted to do, which is encouraging, to say the least. He's not dead by one of these, but if I do this, then he is dead. I think. He is dead. Great. Okay, that turned out really well, actually. Picking up poison there seemed to have been a good idea. What does this do? At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. That seems very inconsequential, but maybe it's fine. Prepared, I think, is gonna be good in this deck because we're pretty much guaranteed to have Alchemize as we can discard, and just getting to the cards that actually do something seems decent to me. So let's go in that direction, just because it seems like a good idea. We don't even have to go to the campfire here if we don't take any damage on this one, I think. Right? That was pretty lucky, actually. We can just destroy him now. Now, is there a way for me to kill this guy and not take any damage? I can do this and just use up all my potions, which I don't think is a bad thing at all. Just because we have so many, right? It doesn't matter. I don't take any damage and the one guy dies. Wait. Oh! Start of every one of my turns that deal 3 damage to all enemies. Oh, that's better than I thought. For some reason I thought it was just 3 damage at the start of the fight, right? And it's actually 3 damage every single turn. That's much better. Good to know, good to know. I defend, no reason to do anything, I suppose. A Bouncing Flask seems very decent here. I don't really want to use... I guess I'm gonna use this and I'll discard these two, it doesn't really matter. I wanted to use an Alchemize here just to get another potion. The poison is already doing damage. He's dead next turn, right? So I just want to have an assortment of potions I can use, hopefully. The rest seems fine, so I'm not gonna use any of them. This is definitely gonna be helpful if I want to perfect a particular elite or a boss or whatever. Add a random skill to your hand, it costs 0 this turn. This could be cool, this could be fun. Especially because it can be upgraded to cost 0. But I don't think it really fits our deck, so I'm not gonna take it. What really fits our deck at this point, right? We have so many skills. I guess Flechettes would maybe fit our deck. Maybe Flechettes. If I see Flechettes, I'm gonna take Flechettes. It's a card that said it doesn't really work, but maybe in this particular deck, because we just have basically skills doing damage for us, might not be the worst of ideas. I think I'm just gonna strike him. I don't think there's a reason not to strike him. I might even pop this and do this and throw another Alchemize on top. And he's just dead next turn, then I can focus on the assets time, so this guy can't do anything to us. Now, I'm gonna pop this. I'm gonna strike you, and Alchemize. Might not be the worst of ideas. I'm gonna throw it and throw another Alchemize. There we go. Another goes in the jar. Should make it pretty much guaranteed that we're gonna be able to perfect the poison step. Yeah, sure. Because it's poison, it's damage. I like it. The booth. Whenever you deal 4 or less unlocked attack damage increases to 5. I've actually seen this in action. I don't know if it's a bug. But if an enemy is intangible, so if they only take 1 damage, I think there's only 1 enemy which can be intangible, it still deals 5, which seems a little bit broken and very useful against that particular enemy. I hope they don't remove that from the game, because I think it's quite a unique interaction. So if I do blur and defend, this should be enough block, and then I can just poison stab him. I hope I get something that increases, so the Snack of Skull thing, that's the one which increases your overall poison, or at least how much damage you're doing. So every time you poison someone, you actually poison them twice. I think that's how it works. This is a bit unfortunate because I don't have any blocks, but I'll do this, I suppose. No reason not to. I mean, okay, sure. 4 plated armor. I'm not gonna use it now. I don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna matter too much, right? And he's just dead this turn. Great. Well, he's dead already. You don't have to throw so many flasks at him. 1 flask was way more than enough. Draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. Again, might not be the worst card, but I don't think it's necessary. So we fought 1 elite at this point, right? This is gonna be the second one. This guy, hopefully not too much of a trouble, right? Especially if we just draw a bunch of poison early on, which seems to be what happened here. He's just gonna eat it, right? And we can just always block. We can block at least 2 turns, right? Because we already have the plated armor, which means we're not gonna be taking any damage in that regard. So the only thing is, am I popping up alchemizes, or at least am I sure that I'm gonna be able to kill him in at least 2 turns? I think the answer to that is yes. Because I can always just do this. This is fine, I can pop this and go to full. I don't even have to worry about it, because again, I have intangible, so he's not gonna be doing much to us. Another poison step should pretty much guarantee this is gonna be dead on this or the next turn. So I'm gonna pop this one again, so we gain intangible, which is fine, and he's dead the next turn, and we have perfected him. At the cost of 2 intangible potions, to be fair, but you know, whatever works. I don't even want to use that. 3 cards, 5 strength. I mean, it's fine, I suppose. No reason to do anything. It's fine, he's dead. I don't have to overthink it. Just give me the potions. Omamori should be pretty good, yeah. Snack oil, I don't really like it. I'm not gonna put another 2 alchemizers in my deck. I know it might seem funny, but it's just needless. A bouncing flask might be better, I think, potentially. Because we already have so many cards in our deck. Just making it a little bit more likely to draw into it seems good. Blur is just a little bit more block. Another bouncing flask, I suppose. I like the fact that it's doing because it's our only offense. It seems to make sense to me that they would be the ones which get upgraded, right? We're getting the most out of them, I suppose. I'm not gonna take another one. A dramatic entrance might actually not be the worst card here. It's just gonna do 18 damage right out of the bat to every single enemy, which might make it really good against enemies. A war paint might not be the worst card either. In a deck like this, though, I think upgrading to random skills is not gonna be super beneficial. It's not the worst thing. Maybe. I'm gonna take it. That was silly, but I don't regret it. I regret it slightly, but I don't regret it very much. Alright, that went well. A bouncing flask is here just to break the things they have, so the artifacts should be okay, I suppose. Now see, this is where I get stuck, because now I have to think about it. So this is definitely not an enemy I want to be facing at this point, because my deck is not really suited for it, I suppose. 10 damages is great. Alright, so I suppose I can't do anything else other than just eat it. I should have probably played the block there, but it's fine, I think. Taking 9 damage here is not gonna be the end of the world. Taking 18 damage here, no, though, might be, but we'll try our best, I suppose. I might just do this again. Really? I might just show this as well, I suppose. See, this is the awkward part. Now, I could play an Alchemize and hope for a block potion or something like that, or I could just play 5 block directly. I think just playing 5 block is gonna be worst. Okay, so when I actually draw a strike, which is something I wanted to draw at this turn, one of them is pretty much guaranteed dead, right? Actually 2 of them, so The way it distributed the damage there was a little bit unfortunate, but it worked out in the end, so I can't complain too much. Doesn't really matter, right? I can just play it prepared. I don't have any energy, so no reason to play anything else. But yeah, they're dead. I did take a little bit too much damage here, but it's fine. Things have been better in the past, but have also been worse. So, and I think I'll just poison stab him. I did choose a card to discard. Do I have to choose two? I think I have to choose two, yeah. Because, of course, I have to choose two. That's what the card does. Whenever you discard a card during turn, gain 3 block. Okay, so this makes me very happy. I actually took the Calculated Gamble. Yeah. Yeah. Seems okay. Well, doesn't seem okay, but it seems fine. Here, I might actually just want to rest. Why? Because it's very possible that I don't draw into the cards I need to phase him at times, I mean at the right time, which means I'm just gonna be taking a bunch of damage. Obviously I should have just made him vulnerable first. Gain 1 artifact, it's fine, and I think I just strike him twice, honestly. He's gonna phase this turn, which is not something I wanted, to be honest, but it's not the worst thing, right? So it's fine, it's fine. Calculated Gamble just makes us defend for enough, so that should be pretty good at basically no cost, but I also think I'm gonna blur first. Yeah, that seems fine to me. Another Calculated Gamble. No, I'm not gonna do it. No reason to, I think. Thorns is fine, and Attack Potion is maybe okay. Let's see what we get. Grand Finale and Masterful Stab if there are no other hands in your hand. Heel Hook, no reason to play it, I suppose. So I'm gonna take another Calculated Gamble, because I don't think there's a reason not to get 3 additional block, because it also gets transferred to next turn because of blurs. Okay, so this seemed fine to me. Not the worst thing in the world. I'll definitely do a prepared and discard a card. So this is gonna do 11, and he's gonna do 16. So if I do this, I should be safe, right? And I can do this as well. Alright, perfect math. Perfect math. I don't have any extra block, which is great, I think. So the question is, can I phase him this turn? Or can I block enough? I think I can definitely get 20 block with the help of Gambler's Brew. But if I just attack him, this is 12, which is 24, and then I need more. No, I don't think I can do it. I think I need to use this, so I need this, and definitely discard all cards. Maybe I don't need to discard all of them, but discarding more will definitely help me. Right. I mean, I could have banked on getting a defend or something like that, but I can just do this then. Which I think is better. I think it's better, that's why. I already have so many cards in my deck, it's not really that much of a trouble. Oh right, I could have actually went for the Thorns. That could have helped me. It's fine. It's not the worst thing. I'll use an Alchemize here. 20 damage right out the bat is not too bad. We haven't taken damage yet, remember. It's still... Alright, so... I had to jinx it, didn't I? This is how it ends. It's fine. Maybe it's not over. It's not over. Maybe it is. Okay, come on. I tried. Look, I did my best. Right? He was doing 9 damage. I couldn't even get 9 friggin' block. That was unfortunate, to say the least. You don't really care now. That sounds very depressing, but yeah, at this point it doesn't really matter, right? We took damage, so we might as well just go all out. He's already dead this turn. I'm gonna do this just to spite you, my friend, but then I'm finishing my turn. Go to hell, as far as I'm concerned. That was maybe wildly antagonistic, but it's fine. Malaise, I've heard that this is actually a pretty good card, but I'm not gonna pick it up. Why? No, maybe it's a good card in our deck. I'll pick it up. Let's try it. Let's go. We're learning, right? We're learning. This seems like a ridiculous card to have in this deck. Ectoplasm. I think I'm gonna go for Ectoplasm. I wanna preserve the sanctity of this deck, even though there's none of it at this point, but the little sanctity it has, I feel like I want to preserve it. So shops aren't very important now because we can't get gold, so I just want to maximize elites, I suppose. I see 2, which is the best we can do, I suppose. I suppose we're gonna go to the shop just to spend the little money we have, and then we can ignore them for the rest of the playthrough, so we can just do this. This is a bit unfortunate. I suppose I'll go here just to see if I need a heal, and then I can skip this elite. This seems safer. I prefer going the safer route most of the time. So he took 3 damage. Poison Step should be fine. A Neutralize should be fine just to get rid of some artifacts. Calculated gamble, sure. So, a bouncing flask, just get rid of that poison. Not poison, the artifacts. Should be fine. The poison's gonna get him, so I'm not too concerned. He's dead in 2 turns probably. Or maybe just this turn. No amount of block can save you, my friend, from the poison I inflict. I kill you from the inside. That sounded dramatic, but it's true. None of this seems... Apply 6 poison when the enemy dies. Deal damage to all enemies equal to its max HP. This seems ridiculously good, but it also only seems useful against multiple enemies. Does this become 1 mana when upgraded? Because if that's the case... Oh, I can actually... So no, this is just a more situational... What's the card? Poison Cloud? I think that's the one. So it just doesn't seem very good to me, actually. So we're not gonna pick it up for that exact reason. Alright, so what can we do here? A bouncing flask is my usual go-to opener. So let's just do that, I suppose. Right, if they steal any of my money, I can get it back. That's unfortunate. I should have spent it on the shop when I had the chance, I suppose. I can just kill one. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I can kill him at least. I didn't do the math. I should have done the math, obviously. It's fine. I can do this. No, wait. Defend and then calculated gamble. I take 1 damage. I really thought he was just gonna die there. I should have done the math. Kids, do the math. When you have the chance, do the math. He was dying next turn, so that's fine, I suppose, but eh. I'm not gonna worry too much about taking damage here because I have the regen potion, and I might as well, really, at this point. Malaise, this is great. A little bit too little too late, I suppose. But having only 3 of them in their deck just makes it... So I can't get the money. Just makes it more unlikely for us to join to them. So I think that I should have picked acrobatics, I think. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna pop this because this fight might take a while. I'll just do this, I suppose, right? This seems good to me. -4 strength and 4... He's weakened for 4 turns. If I join to another one, he just won't be doing any damage at all. Right, okay. I'll just poison you, I suppose. Sure, you're doing damage to us, but I'm not really worried. I can always heal back up. He's doing 3 damage to us. This is fine, so if I just do this and discard a card, should be cool. Discard 2 cards. And a blur. Should be fine. Maybe I want more blurs in this deck. More blurs would definitely help us, I think. Having 4 energy is also really useful in a deck like this. My main problem with having only 3 energy is the fact that the poison flasks cost 2, which means that basically you can't play anything else. But leaving you with 2 energy seems very good to me. I don't have anything. I suppose I'll just alchemize. And this is better. So let's just leave it at that. So having only 3 energy means you can only essentially play 1 poison flask. Yeah, let's go here. Means you can only play 1 bouncing flask, not poison flask. But it's you get what I'm saying. but having 4 energy means you can play it and also do something else along with it. Especially when you have a lot of cards which cost 0, it just gives you some flexibility, and I tend to like that. It's not very... I'm saying like this, there's a huge amount of strategy in this game, and I think there is to an extent, but I also think it's a relatively easy game for a card game, so keep that in mind, I suppose, as I'm going through this. What am I talking about? Wait, first of all, I want to do this, and then I think I'm gonna do a calculated gamble. Just get me that 3 block, essentially. Essentially what we're doing here, right, we're replacing all of our hand, we're redrawing again, getting rid of that 1 card and essentially getting 15 block for it. So it's essentially like 15 block for 1 card for free, and I think that's really good. Obviously, right? 15 block for free, 1 card is really good. Caltrops, sure, actually, just deal some passive damage to them. It's not the worst thing. I just strike him, I suppose. Nothing else I can really do reliably. Yeah, let's do it like this. I should have obviously played the prepared. There's no reason not to, I suppose. I mean, there is. That doesn't matter. Yeah, I thought I had blur for some reason. It's fine. I'll just throw 2 bouncy flasks because they're both upgraded. Just deal damage, boy. So many bounces. I get 6 block, right, every time I play a prepared. Or 3 if it's not upgraded. He's dead this turn, which is not what I want specifically, but that was not a good turn. That was not a good play. I'm taking damage. It was bad. It's fine. I have the regen potion. I'm not too concerned. And he's weakened. I want to draw another one just because it seems funny to me. I'll do it, and then a calculated gamble just to get the block I need. So this guy's just not doing any damage for the rest of eternity anymore. He's just weak, which means that this guy can freely die, and I'm not too concerned. Which might seem rude, but it is what it is. Great. Having the boot also means that our not neutralizes, our one neutralize is actually pretty fun to use. Okay, so he's not doing any damage. That seems a little bit ridiculous, doesn't it? Just a little bit. We don't even have to worry about it. I suppose I'm just gonna pop this now. I can drop an alchemize. I guess I can do it because he's not technically dead after this one. It's fine though. I don't want him to die just so this can heal me up to full. Right, I have the spikes. Never mind, I said nothing. Apply 2 weak and gain 11 block. Wait, did they nerf this? That was 12 block. Maybe they nerfed it. It's a really good card, so I understand why they nerfed it. I thought it was a good card at least. And if I think it's something is a good card, there's only like a 50% chance that it's actually a good card at this point. Wait, first of all, bouncing class just to see where it lands, then we can decide what we want to do from that point forward. I might actually just draw another one. Alright, so that's just ridiculous, I think. The fact that it only hit 2 of them. They're both dead next turn. I might have not even needed the 6 additional poison there. I really thought that at least one of them is just gonna die there. It's fine. Alchemize. Give me this. A malaise is not the worst card, and I can neutralize you as well. Wait, why didn't the strength down? Oh, it did work. He just had additional strength. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So I'm not gonna perfect it because I already took damage. So there's no reason to do anything else, like use the intangible. Just throw the poison on him. Bouncing Flask is so good when there's only one enemy on screen because essentially it's dealing 9 damage in 1 turn, but you're dealing 55 damage in total. I think that's the right math. You're just taking a lot of damage, it's fine. The block guys, I might actually not even want to kill them because they're irrelevant, right? I'm dealing damage through poison. So I'm just gonna use the fire potion now just so I can get them before the block. Great. And I can just let the poison do the rest of the work. He should be dead in 3 turns, which means I just need the block. And I'm not sure if I had the block there, but I should have obviously played it. He's dead next turn, so I don't even have to worry about it. I just need to end the turn twice. It's over. That was a strategic win, I would say. You're doing some damage, and you're also dead. And I'm gonna use an alchemize, obviously. No reason not, I suppose. To dexterity, I'm gonna discard this and I'm gonna use another one. Seems better to me. Run! Retreat! Bye! Hope to never see you again. Duvodol. It's not gonna do anything for us because we have Omamori, so it's whatever. Bane, deals 7 damage if the enemy is poisoned, deals 7 damage again. That seems good, right? Let's add it to our deck. Game 5 makes... Yeah, this doesn't seem very good going into the elite fight. Can I pop intangible now and use this? Probably not. But we have Omamori, so I'm not too concerned. We're gonna take 1, right? Doesn't matter. 21 damage, huh? This is how you're gonna roll with this. Bouncing Flask, I think, is an easy choice there. I'm gonna pop this just for the sake of it. He's dealing 21 damage. The question is, can I do anything about it? The answer to that question is yes, a little bit. We can also draw 2 potions. I want to do this, and this is a free attack. A Bane, 14 damage, or some poison. I think Bane is gonna be more beneficial. The extra 3 poison is not gonna amount to 14 damage over 3 turns, I think. Malaise here, perfect. Actually ideal for us. So this is great. He just won't be doing any damage for the rest of eternity. Another malaise here seems overkill, but I love it. I might want to actually draw into a defend or something like that first though. So this is not working out as I expected it to. I might have to pop an intangible. This makes it easier. Wait, he's doing 1 damage? Oh, because of intangible. Right. What am I even saying? Sometimes I confuse myself. Happens way more often than you would think. It's fine though. He's not at this point. He won't be doing any damage, right? -6 strength, 7. He's weakened for 7 turns. He's just useless. Just deal damage to him, honestly. The potions we have now are decently good. I don't think we took any damage up until this point, right? That seems like a right proposition. I don't need this. I need to do this, right? Just so I can get enough block. Another melees should be enough for him not to do any damage to us, and he should be dead next turn. I can also do this, right? So, it's fine. I know I probably didn't need to discard to get more block there, but I just wanted to be on the safe side. I hope you can respect that. I want another alchemize, just give me a potion. Great. Great, great, great. This is coming up Millhouse. Snacko Skull! It's exactly what I needed. Whenever you apply poison, you apply 1 additional poison. I called it at the start of the run. I'm really digging melees. I think having more of them is not gonna hurt us at all. Especially against bosses, right? So we want to avoid chops essentially, which means I don't want to go here. I might want to go here and just heal once. I think that seems reasonable, right? Go here, 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 here. 1 shot, maybe it's fine, but 2 is definitely not. When adding card to your deck, you can gain max HP instead. Unnecessary, to be honest. 2 melees, huh? Okay. This is just not gonna do. This is just gonna make him useless, so that's really good. The question is, how do we actually deal damage to them? Well, I haven't gotten around to that part yet, besides drawing a bunch of poison flasks. but it should be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do I poison him here? I might. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Did that deal 5 damage? Let's check. That just dealt 5 damage straight up. That's ridiculous. So the boot is actually an amazing card. I mean, an amazing trinket, because it allows you to circumvent any debuff effects they might have, so you're actually dealing the full amount of damage. So again, you're just not gonna be doing anything here. I'm okay with that. I hope you're okay with that. Well, you don't have a say in it, so you should be okay with it. I'll drink this and just go ham, I suppose. I'll just use everything I have. A skill, a deadly poison, double an enemy's poison. Could be good if we had any poison on him, actually. We don't, though, so. Expertise seems decent. It seems fun enough. I don't want to discard the dazed, so I'm kind of hesitant. But at the same time, I'm not gonna. Right? That was easy. It's fine. Just let it faster. I just wanted to get enough blocks so it would actually defend. I know I'm not very good at actually talking about what I'm trying to do, but in essence, my methodology in my head is just survive. Try to survive. Do that. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, as you can probably see. Sometimes I'm more successful than others. Come on, can you give me some poison flash? Bouncing flash? Poison flash? It's fine. Just do this. Now, okay, so he should be dead in 2 turns. And this is, Snaggle Skull is doing some real work there. That's encouraging. The things I have in my hand seem good, but this maybe is a little bit better. Because it's a random skill for free, so we can play an additional card in a turn. Give me max HP. I don't need it. I will just heal here, just so I don't have to at the final bonfire. Right, there's another one here. How did I miss that? That's costing me points. Crippling Cloud seems good. Is it good? Crippling Cloud always struck me as a pretty decent card. But I don't need it. I don't think I need it. So I'm not gonna take it. Well, that was easy. I convinced myself out of it. Give me more. What does melees do? X plus 1 strength. So that means even on 0 energy, you get to apply 1 weakness and 1 strength loss. That's good. What does this fight hold? A bouncing flask is fine. I don't mind it. 8 poison on both of them. Just seems good. Right out of the gate. And a bullet time. also seems decent. That's nice, because that means we can just do this as first, and everything else is just free. Right. Obviously, that won't work. I can just do this. Great. Okay, so that turn was actually ridiculously good, and it also reminds me, if I find bullet time, I probably want to add it in my deck. I want to do this. I'll do this as well. Well, that was not a good roll on that particular effect, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's just discard all of them, because we have 2 blurs, essentially. We don't even have to worry about it, right? We just want to accrue as much block, because we know it's pretty much gonna carry us for the rest of the entirety of the turn, so we can just focus on doing damage. Like this, or this. Malaise, I suppose. Seems fun. Seems fun enough, so let's do it. Malaise is incredibly effective at reducing single target DPS. And this is what I love about Blur, right? When you think it's about to run out, you can use it again, and then you reapply it, so it's just great. It's just that. Great. Perfect, perfect. So we have the Ghost in a Jar for the boss, which makes it a little bit more likely that we're gonna be able to Poison Stab. Sure, honestly, just add it. Just put it on top there, man. We need more poison. We need some ways to do damage. So I was talking about the Blur, right? So when you think it's about to run out, then you draw another one, and you just keep the party going, right? It's just ridiculous. It's a really fun card. So he's not doing any damage to us, which means that all of these cards are basically useless. Give me another hand. Okay. Not what I had in mind. But maybe it's not the worst of things, because we can just stack up and just get a bunch of passive powers. This might be the worst thing I've done on this particular one. The fact that I used the Snacko oil there. Because it's gonna make everything randomized. And our deck, I don't think, is very prone to that in particular, but you know what, we're just gonna do what we can. Malaises, oh wait, I think he purges debuffs at some point, so we maybe shouldn't go too hard on Malaises at this point. But in situations like this, what else is there to do, right? I'm not sure if this is gonna be enough to really do any damage to him. No, so I think we just need to use this now. That's unfortunate. I think I misplayed that a little bit. It's fine though. The poison is sticking, it's doing damage. I'm not too concerned. I'm a little concerned. I'm slightly concerned. But I think it's fine, it's fine. Come at me, great. I'll do that in a moment. I can do 1 Bouncing Flask, which is upgraded, just because, you know, it deals damage. And then I can do this to gain 9 block. And I thought for some reason that was gonna be enough. Right. Snacko oil, you've duped me again. I thought you were on my side, but apparently not. It's fine. Let's pop another one. Alchemize. Sure, now you're giving me a plated armor. And what's even better, I'm still gonna take 1 damage to it. I'm not intending on using... thank you. A little bit too late, I would say. I'm not intending to use another Malaise here because of the reason I said before. He debuffs himself, and we're gonna probably redraw our entire deck when it gets to that point. Blur, great. So for some reason I'm always running 1 out of block, which is kind of silly to be honest, but it's fine. Now we have plated armor. It's fine, don't worry about it. Forget about what I just said. Probably didn't make a lot of sense anyway. Another Bouncing Flask, I suppose. I don't know if he purges his poison too. He might. Do your worst. I think this is the purging one, so we just want to do as much damage here, which is going to be very easy by the fact that all of our attacks cost 3 energy. That's fine, that's great. That's just perfect, isn't it? Impossible? Yeah, he purges everything. Right, I would like to ask you to just chill the frig out, because right now you're not... What you're trying to do now is not appreciated by the community. I won't kill him, but I'll pop a Ghost in a Jar if it's necessary, right? If I'm gonna be on the brink of death. At this point, I'm gonna take a bunch of damage, obviously, but it's fine because I'm not dead. I really want to save this maybe for a more trialing time, and he should be dead soon enough, so... A Blur is fine, just some extra block. It's fine, he's dead next turn anyway. He's dead this turn anyway. Glass Knife seems okay, but probably unnecessary in a deck like this. I'm not gonna do it, not gonna take it. Curse Key could be fine. Velvet Choker, potentially. No, nah. You can no longer see enemy intents. This seems like a really good card if you know what you're doing, but still, I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna take the Cursed Key. We also have one more Omamori, and I think there is only one chest left on this entire floor, unless we get it in a question mark, which means we probably don't want to go to question marks, right? Or maybe we'll just save our money to remove a card in case we get the curse. So that seems fine to me. Again, we'll try to go to elites. I only see one at any given path. Now there's actually two here. So let's do that, I suppose. Let's go here, here, here. Oh, I actually have to go here. Well, this seems like a really long fight. This is a really long path without any healing in between. Jeez, is that a good idea? I don't think that's a good idea, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go here, here, and here probably. Okay. It's only one instead of two, but that particular path seems very dangerous. I'm not feeling too confident in this deck. That's all I'm gonna say, especially on battles like this one. The little daggers is gonna screw me over, right? This deck was not meant to deal with little daggers. Put that on a shirt somewhere. This deck was not meant to deal with little daggers. And they're just nasty, right? Now, he's not dead, but I'm gonna make him dead. So that's fine. I'm gonna make him dead. Another great saying. I'm gonna make him dead. Jesus. I never knew I had it in me to be so rude and mean. I suppose that's not true. They just... I mean, it is. Yeah, it is. He should be dead next turn, so I'm not too concerned about this dagger. The Reptomancer, however, is causing me a little bit more worries. I'm gonna do a blur, just add up the defense. 3 ghosts in a jar. Alright, so honestly, if I'm not able to perfect the elite with 3 of these, then I probably don't deserve to win anyway. So she's dead, and that's fine. I assume she's a female, which might not be the case, but she seemed like a female to me. So. Question marks, we want to avoid them, I said, because we don't want to get the chest, which would give us curse, right? What the hell is happening here? Blur and a calculated gamble just seems sensible to me. Prepared, sure. Discard one malaise. Another blur seems great. And just bounce some flasks, man. Bane. Great. I think I've gotten a little bit more into the groove of talking about other things while playing the game, but it still requires a lot of mental effort to do what's right. I'm just afraid of misplaying, man. I've seen the internet. The internet can be very mean when you're trying to do the right thing. I'm not saying you guys are mean. Actually, you're not, right? But I'm just saying, I'm trying to do my best here. An intangible might be necessary. Maybe not. I'll pop it just so I can use an alchemize. It just seems a waste to not use it, I suppose. 1,000 cuts, not that bad actually. Let's do this. Just do some passive damage to them, especially in a fight like this one. It's just gonna help us out, I think. Again, the poison distribution is not the best, which is not something they teach you in school, right? The poison distribution. No, that's actually the poison distribution. That's some stat jokes for him. But yes, it's not doing its best job here. It's fine, don't worry about it. They're both dead next turn, which is fine. So I can just do this. I can't use it again, so I don't know what I'm doing. It's fine, just end the turn. Just end their misery. The blobs of darkness don't need to live anymore. Alright. So far so good, I think. Bouncing Flask is fine. Perfect, really. Like, just exactly what I wanted. I think a blur is not necessary, but it's nice. I suppose I'll pop it. Artifact is okay. And an attack is fine. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. This is fine. I should have probably used that malaise first. It's okay. We have enough block to sustain it somehow. I'm not even sure how that happened and how this guy died. Honestly, I was just playing cards, which is, I suppose, the purpose of this game. He's dead. Is he dead? He's dead. But I'm gonna attack him because he's actually attacking. It is fine. This particular battle always scares me, but whenever I actually fight it with any particular deck, it just doesn't do much. So I'm not really sure what I'm worried about. Let's just do this. No reason to take any more damage than we have to. And I'll use an Alchemize just to get a potion. Dexterity is fine, but strength is not better, but it is what it is. A regen, I don't need it. Honestly, I don't need it at this point. Do you have anything good for me? Poison Stab is fine, I suppose. This is gonna be great for us. Like, honestly speaking. I might just take it. Wait, who are we fighting against? If it's Time Lord, I'm not gonna take it. But if it's not Time Lord, it's not Time Lord. It's the Power Lord. I'm gonna take it. Why not? Why would... Just take it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Add a colorless or add 3 colorless cards. Let's add 3 colorless cards. Madness or Enlightenment. Reduces cost of this card in your hand. No, doesn't seem very good to me. Jack of all trades seems okay. Let's add it. Panacea, yeah, it's fine. Let's fight Elite, I suppose. Well, 2 elites in this case. Alright, this escape plan is just free block, so let's do that. Calculated gamble seems good to me. I'll do this for sure, just so I can roll over some block into the next turn. And the idea here is, let's try to get something that actually deals damage to him. So, to them, I suppose. I said him because it's 1 elite, right? But they're 2 enemies. So it's fine. So we're gonna be taking basically 0 damage here, and we're gonna have 36 blocks on next turn, which means we can just focus on dealing as much damage as possible. Or hopefully drawing into another blur, which is what happened. I'm always a fan of a blur. I suppose we'll just focus on this one. No reason not to. I'll just do this, I suppose. I'll also do this, I suppose. Seems fine. Seems good. Seems good. You burned me. I'm unconcerned by the burns. This is great. He's dead. The other guy's not doing any damage to us. And I can just end my turn. This is fine. So far so good. It's looking like it's gonna be a perfect elite. Question is there a better way of going about it? A survivor here seems okay to me. A poison stab and a malaise. Perfect. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but it's looking like it's gonna be a perfect. But it's been good so far. I think he's dead, right? He has to be. Now we're missing 1 damage. Great. Perfect. Adrenaline. Great. Just get me 1 damage. Come on. No, going. Are you kidding me? Will I actually have to draw? Oh my god. Fine. Jesus. Okay, that went worse than expected. If I had 1 strength from any source, this would have been fine. Alchemize. Sure. Die. It's a perfect at the cost of 2 invincibilities. I mean, 2 invulnerables, intangibles. That's the one. But it's still perfect. Lose all gold, gain a relic. Honestly, just give me. For 28 gold for this particular relic, it's not that bad. Upgrade all cards and you can no longer heal. Am I this crazy? I might be, because there are only 2 guaranteed fights. Let's just do it. When I say this, I know that this particular is better, because it just gives you more points for fighting a boss, but it just seems more fun, man. So let's just do it. Especially because it makes so many of our cards free and... Okay. Poison Stab, I suppose. I don't want to add any of these, they're not very good, but fine. It's whatever. This guy shouldn't be that much of a problem, right? Especially because now all alchemizes are free, which should make it theoretically so much easier to do things. Just poison him, poison stab, a bane, and I suppose a strike and the malaise. Just stack it on top of it. Does he purge the strength debuffs? No, he doesn't. It's fine. For some reason, upgrading all cards in my deck forever this late just seems so fun. Okay, game. Excuse me. I wanted to do this. Thank you, thank you. A flying knee and a strike should be fine. Yeah. So basically, we just can't take any more damage until we get to the boss at all, because we can't heal at all. You might say, well, that seems kind of bad, and you're exactly right. That is extremely bad, I would say. Especially when you draw it like this and you basically can't do enough damage to reduce it, which means you have to drink the intangible. It's fine though, don't worry about it, don't think about it, just do what's best for you. Alchemize or Calculated Gamble? Calculated Gamble seems fine. It's gonna deal 12 damage to reduce it. This is gonna do 8 damage to reduce it, so let's just do this. Well, actually no, it does more damage. Oh, nice, Jack of all trades. Transmutation, add X color cards. They cost 0 this turn, this seems good. Good insects, another transmutation, fine. Great, so we're not taking any damage because he took 50 from our poison. Alright, he's not doing any damage because we have poison on him. What am I saying? Honestly, just give me more potions. Can you just drink the freaking potion? Thank you. These seem like good potions. I wonder if he actually attacks us before the poison ticks. No, it doesn't. Of course, the poison ticks first. So, okay, he was never any danger at all. I just got worried for no reason. Cloak and Dagger seems okay, but it's unnecessary. Give me the energy potion. Okay, so now we're avoiding fights. Okay, apparently not. The idea is we are avoiding fights. Now, if that actually works out, that's a story for another day, but... Deep Breath, sure. Good Instincts, sure. A Neutralize on this lady. Let's just poison her. The little guys are doing damage. I'm gonna just show one of these at them. A Glass Knife should be fine for this. A Prepared should be okay for something like this. An Escape Plan, great, and a Blur, great. Okay, so this was a good turn because now we have block. We can probably focus on her and just kill her very, very fast. That's the idea, at least. If, of course, we manage to hit her. It's fine, though, because the other one... Right, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, all of it is fine. I get so invested in this game, man. I don't know what it is. It's more than any other game I play. More than Dark Souls for free, for crying out loud. For some reason, the numbers, when I see the numbers, I just go into that math mode. I just start thinking about how can I min-max everything and get the most out of this. And what's even worse? I'm not gonna fight you. Frig, I'm gonna fight them. I never fight them. But now on the one run I can't heal, I decide to fight them. It just... I don't know. It's just the friends we make. I saw the potions and I was like, we have great potions to do this, so I'm gonna do it. Give me more potions. One artifact. This is great for the final boss. This honestly shouldn't be a problem at all. Maybe we should just melee's him. Reduce the damage even further. Let's do exactly that. But yeah, I get so invested in this game, man. I just see the numbers and I'm just like, numbers, Mason, what do they mean? It's fun, it's really fun, I enjoy it. Although I think my commentary suffers from it, but that's fine. Maybe that's fine, I'm not sure. Alchemize is okay because I can just end one. Or maybe I can just end them both now. They're gonna be doing 2 damage to me, which is, I mean, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Wait, if I kill them, they don't do damage to me when they explode? This is news to me. It's fine though, we had intangibles, so I'm not too concerned. It just surprised me. I'm still not sure how they work. Sometimes I feel like they do damage to me, other times they don't. So, hey, whatever. Alright, Jack of all trades. Thinking ahead, draw 2 cards. Perfect. You just dead. Great, great. Turned out pretty well. And I think this was an elite fight, or at least it constitutes as an elite fight. We managed to beat it without taking damage anyway. The Maw should be fine. Come on, the Maw is not that big of a deal usually. Sometimes he is. Just poison this bad boy. Drink some thorns. This is fine. Draw 2 cards, sure. Poison stab. Another blur. Another alchemize. See, I'm playing fast now because I'm not thinking what I'm doing. Another jack of all trades, perfect, sure. Something I want on next turn, sure, this one, I suppose. So when this deck works, it works really well, and when it doesn't, it just doesn't. I mean, it does work. It works most of the time. I think at this point it's gotten to a good place of poison block, and especially with the discard, the tough bandages is a really good trinket. Malaise, honestly, just stack another one on top. Having upgraded Malaises in my deck just seems so good to me, because I can essentially, every time I draw them, I can reduce at least a little bit of damage he's doing to me, and for the fact I can heal, that seems incredibly useful. See, like in this turn, like I can't do anything, but I can reduce 5 of his strength, and that just seems so good to me because I'm using up all of my energy and actually getting a little bit more benefit out of it as well. Right. Yikes. That was the wrong card to play there. It's fine though. I'm taking 1 damage. Yikes. I misplayed that slightly. I'll admit it. We should go and just end him. Yeah. The poison is doing so much damage, man. Poison. This particular boss we're fighting at this point, this guy is probably the worst guy to fight with a lot of poison. Should we lose the 1 neutralize we have in our hand? I think the answer to that is just yes. But alchemizers are also kind of used. Let's just use the alchemize. I can't smith, I can't shred. Great, I can't do anything apparently. Why can't I smith again? I'm not so sure. It's fine. Let's just get started, man. Chose some potions. This guy, I suppose. I never even liked you, so. Alchemizers are free, so just play them. I'll weaken you. Give me another power for free. Ooh. This is great because it's free block, essentially. A blur is fine. A defense is fine. And I'll just stab one of these bad boys. I'm malaise on this guy. We have enough of them in our deck to justify it, so it's fine. It's fine. So far, so good. Wait, I didn't even see we had this. I should probably use it. It's 4 free block per turn. Alright, we can discard 1 card. I think I'm gonna do just this. It's useless. I might want to use a calculated gamble. A purity seems bad, to be honest, so I'm not gonna use that. A strike kills you. A poison stab does this. That doesn't kill you, but it damages you. So this seems a perfect calculated gamble. Not perfect, but seems fine. Prepared. Alchemize is free. I'm gonna use that. A Bane. And that's it. Can't do anything else, but it's fine. I'm not taking any damage. Wait, do I have plated armor, right? I choose a card to discard. A Mind Blast. I don't need it. I know this is sacrilege probably to some of you, but I don't need it, so I'm just gonna do this and hope it hits him, and it's fine. He's dead. I should just defend now. He's prepared to discard cards. Perfect. Perfect. So far I haven't taken any damage, and we're looking to be on the good path here. Right. Calculated gamble, I think, is necessary for the defense we're gonna get. Gonna do that at the end. Add X colorless cards. It seems so good here, but I don't think we're not guaranteed to get enough energy, right? I mean, we can always pop this and use a defend, and that should be enough. So let's do that, I suppose. Panache should be so good. Whenever you apply a debuff, sure. And a finesse, sure. Alchemize, sure. So for some reason he's doing more damage to us. Oh, because powers buff him, of course. That was silly of me. That was very silly of me. It's fine though. We just have enough. We have just enough block to be able to sustain it. I should have known that. I knew that. I knew that at some point in my life. Discard 1. I think a survivor. We might just malaise him this turn. But we need to get some block first. A neutralize is fine. Sure, weaken him, because he's not weak enough as it is. We need some block. Leg sweep is exactly what we need. And we'll just malaise him, I think. Perfect. Fairy in a bottle. I'm just gonna discard it, honestly. This is BM, but I don't even need it for you, my friend. I don't even need it. Alchemize Blur. No, I probably want to keep Blur, so I'm gonna keep Blur. Apotheosis is so unnecessary, I'm not even gonna use it, it's wasting 2 energy. Panacea is okay. A Bouncing Flask is fine. Master Strategy, give me more blocks because I have Blur. Maybe even another Blur, that would be great. I might just do this, I think this is better. Roll over some Blur into the next turn. Not Blur, Defense. Block. Blur, block, defense. You know what I'm saying. 2 escape plans seems okay to me. We don't need another Malaise. He's already weakened enough. Thinking ahead. Calculated Gamble seems okay. I'm probably gonna use it. They have any reason to use anything else? I don't think so. I want to get into the Blurs. I want to set up the Blurs because he's gonna transform into turns, so I just want to have them ready, I suppose. And the more I draw, the more likely I am to get to them, right? Alright. I'm gonna use an Alchemize, get another potion. This is gonna be great next turn, probably. Or when he transforms. I'm just gonna end my turn. I don't wanna trigger him now. Or I wanna set up some block for the next turn, right? Enemy loses 9 strength is unnecessary, I think. He's already dead, so there's... Oh, Ghost in a Jar is actually so good, and I'm gonna save the draw for next turn. He's dead, right? Now, he's dead, now he's gonna transform, and now, hopefully, we're gonna either have enough block to sustain it, or just use the Ghost in a Jar. Now we get a Blur, so we're probably gonna do both. Let's see, we probably use a Ghost in a Jar, we're gonna Blur, we're gonna Finesse, Magnetism is fine, Defense, Defense. This is fine, this seems fine to me, because now we have 36 block going into the next turn. And hopefully, maybe we can draw into another Blur by the virtue of the Swift Potion. And an Alchemize is... maybe a Poison Stab isn't necessary. This is fine. This is fine. Flash of Steel. An Escape Plan. Calculated Gamble seems so good. Probably gonna do that. A Blur is exactly what I needed here if I want to make this work. Actually, I want this, so I'm gonna do that. Because all of the Blurs are in the discard pile, which means I want more of them in my life right now. Okay, so this seems fine, I just need to start stacking poison, I think. Choose a card to discard. Finesse is okay, Bane... I need to poison him. The poison is what's necessary here. Another escape line, it replaces itself essentially. Finesse is just draws into another card. Another Blur. Perfect. Just what I needed right now. Give me some poisons. Alchemizes. I need to start poisoning him, just doing damage. Oh, oops. Yikes. I don't need an Apotheosis. A Malaise seems not like the worst thing here, actually. Calculated Gamble. Escape plan is fine. Neutralize. Just give him more weaken. Okay. This is working well. 172 armor is decent. Is decent. Very decent. Very decent. Void, I don't need it. Get out. I know it doesn't do anything. I probably shouldn't have discarded it, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. I need to draw cards. I need... This is fine, I think. Mind Blast is not gonna do much for us. And a Good Instinct isn't either. Right. I think a Bouncing Flask and just 2 Malaises on top of it should be fine. Maybe a Poison Stab even? Maybe 2 Poison Stabs. I need to do the math here. I don't have to do the math. Let's just do that and just apply Strength Loss and Weaken. Right. I don't have a Blur for next turn, which is unfortunate, but the idea was if I just do enough damage here, maybe I can just... yeah, this should work just fine. He should be dead. And we have managed to perfect it. Yeah. Was it harder than it needed to be? Probably. Very much probably. That's a solid maybe. But we did perfect it, and I'm very happy about that. It was a fun deck, actually. I only lost 1 HP in the entirety of this floor after upgrading all cards in my deck. 1014 damage. Actually, a relatively good score, I would say. Not the best, of course, but relatively good. We killed 300 bosses, 1 beyond elite. It's completely on deck side of at least 50 cards, it's great. Increase your max HP by 30, that's also great. Defeat an elite without taking damage, that happened 3 times, and 1 boss without taking damage. So we could have gotten easily 100 more points, and if I played faster, which is something I need to start doing, I think you get a speedrunner for completing the run under 40 minutes. So if I just manage to get a little bit faster, I think our scores are going to improve massively. This had the potential easily to be a 1300 point run, right? Now, getting to that point might be a little bit harder than some people might think, but it is what it is. Right? It was a good run. You can't deny that. Still, 1400 place, yikes, right? But still, I think it was a good run. I think it was a good run in my book. Now, I think again I'm slowly improving. We're gonna get there eventually. It's just having all of these alchemizers and white beast statues and the hoarders, just man, so many potions. I don't know what it is about potions in this game, but they really seem to be prominent, right? So okay, with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I hope to see you next time.